Hello, in this video we're going to talk about mechanics liens on real estate and how they affect a title search and how they show up. This is Dave at AFX Title and TitleSearch.com. Mechanics liens are one of the most common types of liens and encumbrances we find on real estate when we run a title search. The way mechanics lien works is that if a contractor, a general contractor, or even a company that provides materials to a property for construction or remodeling is not paid by the property owner, that vendor automatically gets a mechanics lien on that property until their invoice is paid. There are specific requirements for the lien holder or the creditor to go through. In many cases, there's a certain amount of time they have to record that lien within once the project is complete. There may be even notice requirements in advance of filing the lien. Some states even have a requirement that a notice of potential mechanics lien is placed before the project even starts. The theory behind mechanics liens is to protect contractors and material providers from not being paid and protect their invoice from being discharged or going into bad debt. One of the things that property owners need to keep in mind is this extends through the general contractor to subcontractors. For example, if a property owner hires a general contractor to complete a project, to build a house, to add an addition, and they pay that general contractor in full, that general contractor still has to pay all the subs before their liens are cleared. For example, if the general contractor is paid in full by you, the property owner, and then one of the electricians or the plumbing contractor is not paid from the GC, that subcontractor still may claim a mechanics lien even though the property owner paid the general contractor. So it's important to get lien waivers or lien releases from the general contractor and all the subs that go into it so that there are no questions about whether mechanics liens or unpaid bills remain. You can get liens removed by having the subcontractor sign off that they've been paid, but until that happens, that lien will remain on the property. There are requirements for the subcontractors to go through for that kind of notice and recording time. If they do, those liens often become superior liens over anything else. For example, if there are second mortgages, if there are other types of judgment liens, these mechanics liens can jump to the head of the line and become superior liens on the property. One item that is often overlooked is whether on a commercial property a tenant can have work done that results in a mechanics lien against the property owner. And in some states, if a tenant on a property orders work done for their particular section of the property, if those bills aren't paid, the owner may end up having that mechanics lien affect the whole property. In California, there's a way for an owner to avoid this through what's called a notice of non-responsibility. What happens is if an owner of a property notices that there's work being done on a property or becomes aware of it, they can post a notice on the property and record in the land records of non-responsibility, and that claim of lien can then no longer flow through to the property. There's other requirements for making sure this is valid. For example, the owner can't have required the work to be done by the tenant or have ordered the work. It has to be specifically originated by the tenant. So mechanics liens are an interesting aspect of title research. They have some level of priority, they have some requirements, but they are different than typical liens in that they may be more difficult to clear from the property without actually having that subcontractor being paid. So keep an eye out for mechanics liens. If you're a potential investor, keep an eye out for work done on a property, even if there's no liens, because a mechanics lien is valid even if it's not recorded in the land records. It's something which automatically extends to that contractor by statute. It has to be recorded in a certain amount of time, but if there's recent work done on a property, you want to make sure that's paid for so that you as an investor or buyer doesn't get stuck with a lien or an encumbrance on the property.